to make goer.
All right, we are back. Episode
41, baby.
Okay,
welcome back.
We got a special guest today, Baby Indiglo in the building.
Hello.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.
Very excited.
Me too.
Yes.
So who are you and what do you do?
I am Baby Indiglo. I'm a DJ in the Boston area. And that's pretty much it. Just like trying to branch myself out more into the community and stuff like that regarding changing the music scene as far as nightlife goes.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. But yeah, that is me.
When did you start DJing and how'd you get into it?
Yeah, so I first started in like 2016 and just making like mixes on SoundCloud, with, like a busted computer. And then I started getting like traction through that. So I was like, okay, like maybe I can start doing this for real, but like I really don't have the equipment yet. So eventually got some equipment, and someone from Kickback had hit me up and was like, hey, can you do this party at the W? And I was like, ooh, I don't have what I need, but let me just do it. So I got a new laptop and all that kind of like within the same year, and that really like kicked off me DJing parties for real.
Word. What laptop and software do you use now, if you don't mind me asking?
Now I use Virtual DJ and I have a MacBook Pro, but when I started, I had this like super old HP that my grandmother had just laying around, and it would like shut off every 3 minutes. 'Cause I was using, like,
Yeah, it'd be like
a big
that.
software. I was using Virtual DJ at the time, but I was just making mixes like on the keyboard and not using a controller or anything, like straight up timing it in my head and then hoping for the best.
Yeah.
And hoping that it saved before shutting off unexpectedly. But that's how I started, and that's where I am now.
Dope.
As far as laptop and software goes.
And what controller do you use?
At home, I have the DDJ SX3, something like that. I could be butchering that. But I prefer to use like CDJs, and recently I use the CDJs with the S9 mixer specifically.
Okay, cool.
And I recently played around with the Rev 7.
Yeah.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. It's like beautiful.
Rev 7, that's the DDJ or?
It's a controller, but like if you're used to CDJs, which is like the two turntables and then the mixer in the middle, it like simplifies it at least like size wise, but it has like all the buttons you need. The quality is really nice, and on the turntable itself, it has, I don't know why I'm like not thinking of the terminology right now, but it has the like graph of like the wave sounds and stuff like that. So
on
you
the
can see it
actual
on the
controller?
actual
What?
controller.
That's
like
fucking
some
sick.
some like mixers for CDJs have it in the middle, but that one specifically has it on both turntables.
What the hell?
That's
So I was like,
dope.
ooh, you can like, you don't have to keep looking up
No,
yeah,
that's
at your
crazy.
laptop. You can really see it. It's dope.
What the fuck?
It's dope.
Fire.
It's dope. It's dope.
Damn.
I'm not.
High tech, bro. What the fuck?
I know. I was like, okay, maybe I need to upgrade. But the one I have is really now is like entry level, but it's still good. Like anyone, I feel like even if someone's starting out, I'd recommend the controller I have at home now for someone starting. But
Yeah.
that's where I'm at now.
That's what's up.
So you started doing parties. Did you continue like doing parties? I mean, I know you do parties now, but it's more like event wise. And I wanted to ask you about like it's Silk, the Silk events.
Silk R&B.
So how did you create that? Or are you just part of it? And how did that come to be?
Yeah, so I at the time, I want to say it was 2018, like mid to late 2018. I only did like, I want to say like 5 parties maybe for like other people and other collectives. And Real P had reached out to me just to book me for a night because that was something they were doing. So Real P and Braun Dapper's another DJ legend in the city. They had started Silk at the W Hotel. And it was really small, intimate, kind of lounge vibe. And then they would have changing DJs every other party or so. And I did one, and that was like one of my favorite parties to this day. And then ever since then, we've built a relationship and rapport. And now I am, along with Ro P, the resident DJ for Silk.
That's so dope.
And it's like insane to see how big it grew since then, just a few years in.
Yeah, the girl we literally just had on was just talking about like the Silk parties. I was like, wait a second, that's so
it's
interesting.
so crazy, especially for it to be like R&B and then that many people pop out for it.
Well, and that's different too, because I mean, there's not a lot of stuff like that. So to get that is dope as fuck.
Yeah, I'm super grateful of like being part of that, especially like early on as I was, just watching it grow and like helping it develop, especially like sonically and even crowd wise.
Yeah,
like, we definitely meshed our two worlds. We as in like me and P and like myself, but it works well.
So it's at different venues each time, or
it started at the W.
Yeah,
I want to say it started there. Yeah, it started at the W, like Thursdays, super chill. I think like 9 to 1, something like that. It was free. That was a big thing, like free entry. But the W has like crazy expensive drinks, so you gotta pick your battles. Yeah. But, it was a free lounge night, and then the pandemic happened. Like, I want to say, I think I only spun once, and then they asked me to be resident, but it might have been twice. And then after that, I did like 3, maybe. And then the pandemic happened, and we shut down. Well, everyone shut down, the whole world. And then the other partner, Rob, he was like, yo, we got to bring Silk back because, like, people want it. So it was, like, kind of in the, like, awkward phase where, like, outside was still a thing, but they were like, you got to wear a mask and, like, social distance. But people were still going to the club. So we ended up moving to La Fabrica because we kind of grew out of the W because it was just too many people. And then that got too big really fast. Like, the first one back out of the pandemic was insane. Like, line wrapped around the block. Damn. All that kind of stuff. So we were like, we need to go big or go home. And then they figured it out, and we ended up packing out Silk at Big Night Live. So that's now where we're at, which is like a minimum. Like, we do like 1,200 a night. Wow. Yeah. But we took a little break, but we're back. We're back.
Yeah. I love it.
Took a 2-month break, but we're back.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah, that's fire. So, going on to the next topic. So, Glo Radio. What was it like coming up with that? What is it for those who don't know? And how is it like putting it into motion?
So Glo Radio is literally my brain when it comes to music.
I love that.
It's still very much like under development, but I just wanted to put something out that was super consistent. It really came from like my early DJ years when like I wasn't doing parties yet, but I was putting like my all into mixes and being like, this is who I am sonically. So I found a lot of inspiration from my old mixes and stuff. I felt like the past year, like I'm true to like playing for what I like, but also balancing out what the crowd wants to hear. But I felt that I was like kind of slipping away and like playing too much of like your regular stuff. And I was like, dang, like I feel like I'm losing that, and I don't want to be grouped with like a top 40 DJ like that just plays like clubby shit and stuff like that. So I was like, I need to get back to making mixes because I was dropping them like every single month, like nothing. So that's when Glo Radio came out. I was like, you know what? I want to create something where I can hold myself accountable and like keep consistent with putting mixes out because I feel like the last one besides the first Glo Radio, before that was a year old. And I was like, dang, like I really haven't been putting like my time into doing something more creative. Yeah. Where like if you want to tune in, you want to, and like you can hear all kind of sides of me. But even when I was doing my mixes before, they were super themed. Like each one was different from another. And now I feel like I can just do that with Glo Radio. Like I don't have to be like, here's your summer mix, here's your R&B mix. Like Glo Radio, you can just hear whatever you want, and like that's just its own universe. But as far as like the Instagram page, it's more of like literal, like my brain, like blog style, just like nerdy music shit I like archive magazine interviews of like artists or like old videos, like I don't know, just random stuff that like has been more interesting and just obviously like music centered outside of just like here's my mix or here's what I'm doing this weekend, just a little bit more interactive. I want people to like get to know me better and get to know my point of view as far as music is and stuff like that. But
I was just looking at that Instagram page. I seen where you thrifted some what's it called? Some CDs.
My boyfriend actually thrifted those, but those are like our jams. Like
I love
was
that.
Just like, wow, this is awesome.
That's dope. I love that idea, and it's very different. Like I feel like people don't really be doing that, especially like DJ wise. Like it's kind of like at least socials. It's kind of like you see what you get, you hear what you get. So it's really cool to have that personal aspect. I like that.
I feel like that's what more DJs like should definitely like tap into doing stuff like that. especially now at a time where like there's so many
Yeah,
DJs, like
for
probably
real.
more than ever, honestly.
No, literally.
This new wave. So like it's just a way to separate yourself and just be more personable and stuff like that. So I feel like that was needed. I feel like I needed like a rebrand. Like, all right, I'm here still. Like me as in how you met me, and not me who's just like booked and busy and just like forgot about like where I came from.
Yeah. So how do you go about like for mixes for that? Do you like put it out at a certain point, or it's just like?
Yeah, I tried to time them. The first one was kind of like, it was pretty planned out. I was back and forth between like having them every single month and then having them like quarterly. So moving forward, they'll be quarterly. So like the next one coming out will be more summer oriented, and like technically the last one was more spring. Yeah. As far as like seasons, not necessarily sonically, but it'll definitely have like some sort of theme without having to like say this is the theme. But yeah. So like 4 a year.
Dope.
Maybe more, but 4 minimum.
Yeah. Quarterly. I fuck with that.
I like that too.
Just give people a little break. Yeah. And like so much music comes out.
So much.
I'm just like, okay.
Yeah.
I like to let it simmer a little bit too.
Yeah.
Let people like sit on it, love it, and then they get anticipated to like listen to the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the season thing too is smart because I be doing that with like playlists. Like I'm like, I need my summer, my spring, like every year type shit.
Right. Same.
Yeah.
What's your favorite type of music to mix?
To mix?
Yeah.
Or
like a vibe.
Yeah, I would say house. House as in like deep house or ghetto house, which is a subgenre of house. Just because it's like I like anything that's like upbeat and dancey, and you can get really fun with like house music and stuff. Not like EDM.
And
not
what you're saying.
K-Tronada. Like real
not
house, like house as music.
Okay,
got you.
Yeah. Not that I don't.
Yeah, but that's like your favorite.
There's a difference.
Yeah.
I feel like house gets grouped into like a bunch of different things now. Like people have different perspectives of like what it is.
Definitely. And so do you feel like that's like the vibe you go for? Like people like when they think of you as a DJ sonically, do you think they're hearing more of that or?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. Like I hear different things from different people. I will say the feedback that I've gotten over the years, people definitely can tell the difference when I'm playing and when someone else is playing, just because especially like early on, like I really wasn't playing like super popular music, and was playing like to my ear, if that makes any sense. So I would say that versus like genre wise, for sure. But I definitely think it like differs from party to party. Of course.
Yeah,
like even when I started Silk, I was not playing R&B. I was playing like Dom Kennedy and hoping for the best, and then like being a part of Silk over the years have definitely like changed my perspective and helped me dive more into that, because at the time I didn't think people cared to like really hear R&B. I had to like be there to believe it. And then now we're hearing like majority of my library is R&B probably because of Silk, in the best way, but really because of Silk.
When did you start getting into like music or like really knowing kind of that you're like, I want to
rock with this? I want to say when I was like honestly really young, like probably 6. When I started like being invested into it, like 6 for sure. Because I was like burning CDs.
Yeah,
and,
I was doing that
this
too.
This song needs to be on here with this song, and like I was very specific about the order and stuff like that. Obviously, at the time, I didn't know what that was. Or like what I was doing, but I was like very certain, like this is like what I like to do. And I always had my like Walkman with me and stuff like that, like everywhere I went. But yeah, it was definitely when I was really young, and that comes from mostly my mom and my dad too. But like my mom had like those heavy, thick, like zip up.
We had so many of those.
So like she listened to everything, like everything, and I just like caught on, like super fast, like without any hesitation, unprovoked. Really, it was just in the house, and that's what I ended up actually liking it versus it being like first on you or whatever. But yeah, when I was a wee lad, I love music and music loves me. Like that's all it was.
It works out.
No bullshit.
Yeah,
you fuck with concerts?
I'm like probably the biggest concert person you will interview. Like I've been to like a gazillion concerts. Like that.
I feel you.
It's like I went to one. Was it last night? Yeah, I saw Erykah Badu and Mos Def. Yeah.
Bro, how was that?
Insane. And that was my second time seeing Erykah Badu.
That's crazy.
But this was dope. This was dope. And seeing Mos Def, I was like, ooh, that is something off my bucket list now.
She was at TD Garden, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's dope.
And the time before that, when I saw her 2016, 2017, 2016, she was at House of Blues. And that was like,
what a difference.
Insane.
Right.
Insane.
I
know. Big difference. I was surprised it was at the Garden. I thought it was gonna. I feel like it should have been at like MGM if it needed to be at a big one.
That's what I was thinking.
You
too.
know,
literally.
But it was good. It was good. I'm glad I went.
Yeah.
Word.
Yeah.
What about like festivals? You fuck with festivals?
I love the idea of them.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can handle being around that many people for stuff like that. However, I made a last minute decision to go to Camp Faulkner this year. I was like, oh, I'm going. So we're
going.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited.
It's so fun. It's
Really?
so fucking fun.
I'm like so excited. I don't even know who the lineup is. But I'm like, I don't care.
I know.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be great. I was like, VIP, fuck it. Like, I'm just gonna do it. Like,
okay,
it's fun.
VIP for Flognon.
Right?
You feel me?
I feel like because I'm such a avid concert goer, I like to experience it in a certain way. So I think with the festivals and stuff, I'm not about to pay thousands of dollars for VIP, but that really is the only way I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
Because I want to be comfortable.
Yeah.
I'm very short,
Yeah.
stuff like that. I need to be able to see, get around, and not get squished on a bunch of people.
Yeah.
But I'm super excited for that. That'll be my first real festival going
That's
to,
dope.
music wise.
That's a good first one to go
Good
to.
first one.
I'm excited.
And it's smart to do that because it gets
It's
tough.
worth it.
It gets tough in the pits.
No bullshit.
I did it
real
one
tough.
time. I was like, oh yeah, I'm glad I did it, but I won't do it anywhere else ever again.
I get it.
Who are some of your favorite artists?
Ever
Eh.
in general.
Yeah. Whatever.
In general.
Prince,
Okay.
Michael Jackson,
Yes.
Erykah Badu, obviously, Tyler the Creator, obviously,
Obviously.
Toro Moy. Why am I blinking right now?
Everyone
Favorite?
blanks when
Every
we
time.
ask this question.
It's just why am I blinking though?
Yeah.
That's all I do is
All I do
music
is-
all day.
I
What the hell? But
That's
those
the
are always
problem though,
first
because
that come
you
to mind.
listen to so much.
I
Exactly.
know. It's a curse and a blessing.
Yeah.
It's never a question I can answer off it without saying the people I just said, but who doesn't really
I
say
know.
those people?
Exactly.
But the first two, I'm diehard fans. I have both of them tattooed
Yeah.
on me, so
Word.
Yeah.
love them down. But yeah, those definitely first people that come to mind.
What about local artists?
Local artists. Who am I bumping? VB always.
Of course.
Notebook P, great R&B singer. I hear stuff here and there, but don't keep up too much.
Mm-hmm.
But those people are definitely in rotation,
Yeah.
Yeah.
all the time. However, I do go to a lot of local shows.
Yeah.
It's for a lot of local shows. Since for years now, I've been going majority of the local shows have been going on since I've been diving into music. And
Yeah.
stuff. But yeah,
And there's a lot of those too.
there's a lot.
No
A
bullshit.
lot.
Do you have inspirations, as in your craft or in general, just on music as well?
Yeah, for DJing, it really came from the SoundCloud era, but both ends. You're super rappy SoundCloud, Uzi, Playboy Cardi. I was making rappy mixes when I first started, and then my housey stuff and Future Beats was heavily influenced by Selection and early K-Tronada stuff.
Yes.
But those are definitely my immediate DJ inspirations. As far as style and technicality, more so technicality, because everyone has their own style. At the moment, I will always, not even at the moment, I will always look up to Real P, because he is just a beast. And he'll do stuff on the fly that no one else will do, won't take any risks, or other people won't take those same risks and whatnot, but he still makes it work. And he's forever a teacher in the best way, without even trying, but he's a big inspiration to me, for sure. Especially watching him doing this for so long, and him still trying different things, and not being scared, and not getting stagnant either, which is really important to see, but them still growing as a DJ. It's that's one thing that is really important to me, that this thing, I'm always a student. forever will be a student of being a DJ.
Yeah, definitely.
In the culture, yeah.
What's your experience been like being a female DJ? Like, do you feel like there's been like things you've faced that you're like, ugh, or do you feel like you've overall gotten like a good amount of respect, or both?
Yeah, I would definitely say both. I feel like I don't know, you kind of just like pick your battles, and I hate to like put it that way, but like you have to.
Oh, that's facts.
Yeah, and you kind of like, you don't want to brush stuff off because you want people to take you seriously, but like being a woman, if you're super stern or like certain about things that you want, like, and then you're looked at as like a bitch, or like you have an attitude, and like that can turn into something where like they may not want to book you, and then it's like this weird word of mouth thing. Not that that's happened to me specifically, but I'm always afraid to like say certain things or like be more direct about certain stuff because I don't want to be, you know, looked at it in a different way, or in a negative way rather. And then there was like this weird time where like I felt like guys were only booking me because I was a girl, but like didn't know how I DJ'd and didn't know what my sound was, and like I'd be like, why are you, in my head and like to myself, I'm like, why are you booking me for this? Like I'm not this vibe that you're trying to like portray. So like, what are you really booking me for?
Yeah.
And the only way to like I figured that out was like, oh, they would like request stuff, and I'm just like, don't hire me and then ask me to play X, Y, and Z. Like that's not the point of hiring a specific DJ for whatever reason it is. But I would say the other thing is like, it's more so for me is my age. I feel like more than being a woman. I feel like the woman thing, like people just take me a little less seriously and like think, people as in men, the other men in the industry don't take me as serious at a time, at least, not so much now. But I think my age will always like be a thing, and that's like very irritating. Or hearing like, what do you know about this? And I'm just like, what the fuck? Like I study this. Like, what are you talking about?
That's
what do I know about this
what
song?
you do. And like also, music is
ageless.
Like
what?
you can listen to anything you want at any time.
Exactly.
So that's crazy.
Yeah, that used to, till this day, I just be like, what are you talking about? Like, I feel like, especially seeing my name around for so long, it's like, why are you questioning stuff like that? Like,
yeah,
please leave me alone.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gotten better. Especially, I feel like because I've been doing it so long and kind of like standing strong on my own and standing strong, people are starting to get like, all right.
Yeah, like you made a name for yourself for real.
Yeah.
Type shit.
Yeah.
You got any other like pet peeves, whether it be just in society or like in for sure.
I'll say DJ wise, where do I start? I'll say my number one pet peeve, and it's gonna be hard to explain or like whatever if you're not a DJ, but like sometimes it's fine, but a lot of times I'm like, ooh, get out of my face and like get out of my way. If I'm like mixing something and like we do this thing to each other, I try not to do it because like I just think it's overbearing or like overstepping, whatever. But there's this, you want to do like crowd reaction stuff and like say there's a chorus and like, you know, the crowd knows this part of the song.
Yeah.
The other DJ will like come over and like reach over you and like take the volume down, but I'm like, I'm still trying to mix. Like, you're in my way. You need to like communicate that you're gonna do that. But like some people just like overdo it, and I'm just like, I get like visibly irritated. No one says anything, but like I know that's how it comes out because I'm actually so fucking annoyed. Like, why are you doing that? And like half the time when that happens, I end up like messing up a transition because I'm like, well, why are you touching?
You're getting distracted, and it's
like,
what are they about to do?
Literally, or like that's my pet peeve. I feel like they think I'm still like in my rookie mode, that like they think I'm not gonna do that myself. I know how to interact with the crowd. Like you don't have to reach over and do that. Like if you want to talk on the mic, that's fine because I don't care to like MC while I DJ. But you don't need to like think for me and like mix for me. Like that's annoying. Like why am I even here if you're gonna do that the whole time?
Literally, you want to
do that? I've done that before. Like if it's happened like 3 times where I'm like, oh, do you wanna just hop on right now? Like, and be like, oh no, I'm straight. And I'm like, oh okay. Like, what are you doing?
Oh, okay, because you were showing me something different.
Right. Like, am I not? Just tell me if I'm fucking up.
Yeah.
Like, don't go ahead and step in. That's, like, number one for sure, being a DJ and, like, in the middle of it. As far as, like, watching DJs, I don't know. Like, I feel like I can be, like, critical, but only because I'm super critical of myself. But I think, like, reading the crowd is, like, my big thing. Like I hate when and this is mostly like clubby DJs. They'll like play 30 songs in like 2 minutes. I'm like, dang, they didn't even get a chance to breathe. They really wanted to hear that next verse, and you just kept fucking it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I feel like that's so crucial as a DJ. Like, you have to be able to read the crowd, the vibe, how they're reacting. Like, are you serious?
Mm-hmm. It takes one bad face, and I'm like, oop, yep, not doing that again. Some people don't care, though, and it's so funny to me.
Yeah.
That's definitely a pet peeve. I'm like, okay, what are you doing this
Dead.
for?
I'm dead.
No, literally.
Yeah, it's not fun.
What about, like, pet peeves in just general, like, today's society, the music scene, or whatever?
You know how, like, I don't know what year it was, but remember, like, a couple years ago, maybe, like, 5 years ago now, like, everybody wanted to be a photographer. And then before that, everyone wanted to, like, make clothes. Like, now everybody wants to be a DJ.
The trend, the type
That's
shit.
just, like, a blanket pet peeve. Of, like, not that DJing specifically, but just that everyone does things just because it looks cool.
Yes.
But because of that, and it's, like, so accessible, like, people don't really, like, put their time into it. And you can, like, really hear it when they DJ.
Yeah, you can
and it's
tell.
like, what are you doing this for? You're kind of, like, ruining it for everybody.
No, I completely
I feel like
that.
now it's like, oh, what do you do? Oh, I'm a DJ. And then they look at you like, oh, of course you're a DJ.
Yeah, because
it's
everybody.
like everyone who
wants to-
isn't.
yeah.
Yeah. I just wish, like, people would, in general, not just DJing, but I just wish whatever creative thing people are getting into, that, like, they love it, you know, and that they're serious about it, because it definitely shows in the work.
It does, and like, be you. Type
Just be
shit.
yourself.
Like, just be you.
Just be you. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I would say one last thing is more so DJ related. My biggest pet peeve right now is, like, every song has to be fucking remixed. Like, just play this song. Like,
Yo,
you don't have to do this.
facts,
Yeah.
bro. It's
Mashup, like, people's whole sets will just be a mashup, or, like, they're just trying so hard to, like, do the next TikTok sound mashup, and I'm just like, what happened? Like, that's not even DJing anymore. Like, what are we doing? So, yeah. That's definitely my biggest pet peeves right now.
That does, like, just fall into, like, the way social media is, like, with trends and shit. Like, people know that certain shit will go viral, or that, like, certain demographics will eat something up, so they do it. But that's where the creativity starts to, like, go out the window.
Yeah. You can see right through it.
Yeah.
I say, like,
that.
society-wise, that's really what it is. That's a pet peeve of mine. Like, no one cares about what they're doing. They're just doing it because it's trendy, or it's cool, or it's going to get them viral, or likes, whatever the case may be. I'm just, like, not into that. Like, I do not care. I literally, like, deleted all my pictures on Instagram. Like, I don't care. I just do not care.
Literally.
Or at least if I could, like, live that way, I would choose it. But
Yeah.
in this society, you can't. But, yeah, I'm just, like, not into chasing clout, I guess you could say. That's what's going on.
You're not a follower.
Right?
Exactly.
It's gross. It's a gross time.
It is.
It's
a
scary
lot,
out
bro.
here.
It's really a lot, because it's like social media is gonna be around, and like it is a very useful tool, obviously, especially for creatives, I guess, because that's how you get your work out there, get yourself out there, like make connections, do this, that, advertising. But it's like the fact that you have to basically to like really do something kind of sucks.
Yeah.
But on that note, how do you like market and brand yourself, or like for events and stuff that you're doing? Especially since you said you deleted like all your pictures off Instagram. Do you still like utilize that?
I do. I'm really not good at promoting stuff, and that's part of why I like archived all my stuff, because I was like, honestly, like it looks like I don't have a fucking life. Like it's just me doing like this in front of a DJ booth, and then the next 5 pictures are flyers. Like I'm a real person outside of Instagram, and like, but I'm not one of those people. Like I'm not good at remembering. Like, oh, I'm here. Let me take this picture and then post about it. Like I'm unintentionally like pretty present when I'm out and about and doing stuff. But as far as promo go, I don't know. I'll just repost it. And it's like, I'm not telling anyone to do that, because don't. It's very annoying and it's not interactive. But that's something I'm working on, like rebranding as well, as far as promos and just getting people like excited about stuff versus like, hey, here's the flyer for the 17th time this week. Like nobody wants to see that. Like, and I get it, because like I try to think in like a consumer perspective first. But yeah, it's hard. It's so hard to market yourself now and like stand out.
Yeah.
Heavy on the standing out.
You know what I mean? Like in a natural way, without it seeming like you're forcing yourself on people and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Instagram's weird.
Definitely weird. But I do like what you did, like with whatever like type of graphic you did for like the Glo Radio. Yeah, like that's cool. Like I like that vibe. I feel like it's like catchy enough,
right? Mm-hmm. It's like it doesn't say too much about, or like you won't look at it and like know what to expect. Yeah, it's just like a good blanket tease on like almost anything.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm glad it's working.
No, yeah, because I was like, what is this?
Right,
I love it.
And your little highlights with like the same vibe.
Yeah, that was like, I forgot what I had. I think I have like one for selfies, and I stopped adding to this other one, but another one is for just like highlights of like parties and like fitting and stuff. And other one's like shoes, silly shit. But like I wanted to keep everything within a theme, so it feels cohesive and like I don't know, it's just like visually stimulating, I guess.
Yeah,
in a way
no,
too.
No, it definitely is.
Like here's my vibe. If you're gonna look for it, and this is what it is.
Yeah, highlights are cool for that purpose. I feel like you know you don't have to do too much.
Right. Some people have like a billion highlights, and I'm just like, what? No one's looking through.
No one is. Nope. Like when your when your highlights become like the little dots on top, what are you really doing? What is all this? Dots. I'm not gonna find out.
No one's gonna click through that. And that's partially why I stopped adding stuff to the DJ highlight. But I like it for me. If I get like sad about some shit, like, oh, I'm quitting DJing tomorrow, and I'll look and like, this was fun. Okay, I guess I want this feeling back. Like I need this here. And to this whole trendy thing, it shows I've been doing this for a while.
True.
A while. But yeah.
Nah, that's a while. You've been doing it for a while, high key.
It's crazy. It is so crazy. Like time goes by so fast.
How do you feel like your progression, like mentally and like actually like doing it? Like how do you feel about your progression with DJing?
Like as far as like how's my career going, or
and like just how you feel about it. Like do you have any like goals like for it and stuff like that?
I feel like at a point, like when I was archiving my pictures, for example, I want to say it was for 2019, I did a slide of all the parties I had DJed that year, and that was like my first year doing parties. And there was like 6 or 7 flyers in there, and I was like, damn, like this is awesome. But because of that, I was getting super, super booked, and I was working full time as well. So I was like not putting enough time into like practicing, and I was just saying like yes to stuff because I was so eager and excited. So I was just going. So I heard it the way I was DJing. I was like, damn, I'm like not performing where I want to. Not that the crowd necessarily notices, but like I'm not being fulfilled. It's starting to feel like work. So that kind of scared me. I was like, damn, I don't want to fall into that. Like I'm just gonna play whatever just because it's there and it worked at the last party, versus like really doing something different and like curating a crate, for example, like in Serato, like, ooh, this is the vibe I want to go for this party. I had like stopped doing that at a point. Then I got my shit together. But honestly, it really varies. Like some days are better than others. With this whole Glo Radio thing, that was partially why I did it, just to like, all right, we need to like sit down, rebrand, think about everything, and just expand on DJing, because like I feel like everything is kind of the same right now. So realistically, I just want to keep making my mixes, build myself as a brand and individual outside of just DJing. But like, I really don't know where that's gonna go. Not for me personally, but like the culture of DJing. I don't know what's gonna happen with this. So it's like hard to, for me at least, it's hard to like predict and like prepare for what's to come next. So I'm just trying to focus on right now and what I can do now, and then hopefully that'll help me in the future.
Yeah. Like 100%. You said, you're unintentionally present.
Right.
Just works out that way.
Exactly.
I like that, unintentionally present.
I feel that. Like, I be like that in the, like, at functions and shit.
Yeah.
It's like, I just see mad people taking pictures of them and be like, oh, wait, yeah, that's a thing.
It's crazy, especially at concerts, too.
Yeah.
Like, are you even watching?
Yeah. Yeah. Like, at a concert, I'm only taking, like, videos of, like, the artist.
Right.
Like, pretty much. Like, that's what I'm here for.
Exactly. Like, that's what you paid for, too.
Yeah. No bullshit. Paid.
For sure.
Right?
Do you have any interesting encounters as a DJ, like good or bad?
Definitely. Yeah. I want to say recently I was in Providence DJing, and this girl was like, oh my God, you're Baby Indiglo. I was like, yeah, like, so nice to meet you. She was like, can you sign my shirt? And I was like, can you say that again? She's like, can you sign my shirt? And I was like, okay. And she had a pen, and I was just like, is someone like pranking me right
Where's
now?
the cameras?
Like, this is so weird. And like, but she was so sweet and like dead ass. And I was like, okay, like that's a first.
That's so cool.
But like, I was like, why? Like, not in like a, I don't even know the word, but I was just like,
self-doubt way.
Yeah, I was just like, why am I doing this? Like, this is so weird, but like, hey,
yeah,
that's sick. Like, I don't know. Like,
someone fucks with you that heavy.
That heavy. I was just like, wow. And she's like, I heard about you from my other friends, blah, blah, blah. I was like, this is fun. I like that. Otherwise, any other weird stuff has come from men. Oh my God. I was DJing. Sorry, I just thought about it and I got like re-mad. I was DJing. I'm not gonna say where, but I was DJing somewhere like last weekend, the weekend before, and it was the open format type of set. I was doing like Afrobeat, hip hop, R&B, a little bit of everything, and I played like one Playboi Carti song just cause like this was the moment we were at, just like hype shit. And this guy, I'm 5'2", this guy's like 6 something, and it's hot. We're outdoors, and he's over me like, more Cardi, and I was like, what? Like, I couldn't like hear him, and like,
what?
Like, what the fuck? And like, no one was getting him off the stage, and I was just like, yo, I'm like trying to mix, and he's like bumping into me, and he's like, more Cardi. He has like Playboi Carti as his wallpaper. I was like, all right,
no,
like this is so weird, but like would not leave me alone about it. I was just like,
Yo.
who the fuck requested this much Playboi Carti at like
are different.
outside? I'm
They're
just
different.
like, what? Like, and I get it, like, love Cardi down, music wise, but. I was just like, bro, like, relax. Like, you're actually forcing it right now. Like, grabbed my earring. I was just like,
no way.
No.
He's like, hey, more Cardi. I was like, okay.
I would have.
I'm just like, I don't know what to do right now because, like, if I do something, the party's over. Like, we're all going home.
Yeah.
And I was just
The
like
tug
looking
on
around.
The earring is wild.
Like, what? And then it plays into this whole, like, just being a woman. Like, why is no one else on the stage? These grown-ass men being like, hey, can you back up? Like, no one even knew him. So I'm just like, why is he up here? Like, get him away. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So that's 2 things that happened within the last month.
Oh, my God.
That's like good and bad.
Yeah,
Like,
definitely
what?
good and bad.
You just don't know what to expect.
Yo, for
at all.
real.
At all. Oh, wait, I had a girl cry. She asked me to play Sade for her.
And she cried.
And then she started crying on the dance floor. I was like, oh, my God, I need to go home. I was like, what did I do? Like, this is what you wanted.
No,
but, like,
right?
she's, like, sad. I was just like, what the fuck am I doing? It was just so weird. She was, like, screaming the lyrics.
Bro, people are
like, what?
interesting.
Very interesting.
But, like, it's fun. It's entertaining. But sometimes I'm just like, what in the Twilight Zone is going on?
What in the Twilight?
I just can't. I can't. And I don't know how to, like, react a lot of the time. I'm just like, okay.
Yeah.
It's like, we're good. But usually I'm just like, oh, my God, I want to go the fuck home. But, yeah. Glad I get to experience both.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
very humbling in many ways.
Yeah.
You need the
And
balance.
grounding.
You know?
The balance is
Exactly.
so important.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's hilarious.
Do you have any like place that you like a dream event like that you would DJ or like I don't know how to put that.
An existing
kind of,
one?
Existing or
Or
non-existing, whatever.
Existing. I wouldn't say like an event necessarily, but like to this day, and I kind of like forgot about this dream of mine, but like every time I go into a show, I always bring it up because it's something I complain about because there's not more of them. I want to go on tour with an artist and be their opener because like I don't understand why more artists don't have DJs open.
No, I
Yeah.
think about that too.
I'm just
all
like,
the
or in
time.
between sets, and it's just like so stressful to me. Not because I'm a DJ, but I'm just like, you should want the crowd to be excited.
If
for
there's
you.
no,
Yeah.
when
There's, like,
no
nothing going on.
music in between artists. That's been
Or
happening
like
a lot
stated
more.
music, like who the hell wants to listen to
Yeah,
that?
like recently that's been a thing though. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
maybe pre-pandemic, I feel like they did more like interactive shit because I remember going to concerts all the time and like
All the
I don't
time.
remember the fucking like intermission type shit. Like
Yeah.
why is
Right.
everybody standing there? Why are y'all
Lights
fighting
on.
because like there's no music playing? I don't know what's happening.
Now if there was a DJ, we wouldn't have that problem.
Exactly.
That's my dream.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
To go on tour with an artist. I don't have an artist in mind.
was gonna say.
It could really be like anything. Prefer to be a woman, honestly. But it'd be cool to go with a guy because it's cool to have like that balance.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'd be like super sick if I can go on tour.
That would be
Open for
definitely
someone,
dope.
right? But like festival, I would definitely do that too. Like an
Yeah.
actual, I don't know what kind,
Yeah.
but wherever I can do like my thing, like legit
Yeah.
just open format and do me, and like people, like even if it's a small amount of people, but like people bought tickets to see me,
Yeah.
like that'd be sick.
I like seeing DJ sets at concerts too. Like I went to Coachella this year and
Oh wow.
Yeah, I only went one day, but the first thing I seen or heard when I walked in was this DJ set, and I was drawn to it. It was just, the DJ was crazy. I never heard someone like mixing the songs that he had mixed. I was like, I like this. Like, I want to go to more like DJ sets at festivals, because like people be kind of sleeping on that.
It'd be like a giant party. Like, who doesn't want to do that?
Exactly.
And like, I paid to come here and listen
and
to
be entertained.
music.
Right.
Yeah,
that's what I'm about to do.
Like, there should be no dull moment
right
now.
Exactly.
Especially when
I
like,
do that at the crib before I came. Like, come on.
And a lot of times, especially like big artists, they'll have like a big pause before they come on. Like they'll be late or stuff like that. Like,
and the lights go on, and like
people are
like,
aggravated.
like,
you know, like
makes
that's
me anxious,
the best time to have someone on, for real.
Music
so, like,
going crowd control for itself, bro.
Like that's really what
might
it
as well.
Is. That's
might as fucking well.
That's what we need.
Right?
Yeah.
She needs some music, man. I just need some music.
You travel a lot?
Not really.
Do you want to?
I'd love to, especially with DJing.
Yeah.
That's the other dream, really. It's like,
that's the goal.
Stay here, but just like travel wherever to DJ. That'd be so nice. I've DJed in New York a couple times, and that was dope.
Yeah.
It's like one of my favorite places to spin. And I'm in Providence, honestly, like every other weekend. So, like, if you want to consider that traveling, yeah.
Yeah, at least stay lit.
With that, I
sure.
travel a lot, for sure.
Yeah.
That is not a short drive, but yeah.
That's dope. So, do you want to do the last one? Or?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, do you have any advice for creatives, DJs, even just in general advice, or however you want to format that? Just do your thing, but advice for anybody trying to, get started with their creative goals.
I would definitely say, like, just make sure you love what you're doing, or like just make sure you're invested for the right reasons. Like, don't do it because it's cool right now, because then it's gonna turn into like something you hate, and turn into work when really it should be like an outlet for you. And just like trust your gut. And I know that's like super cliche, but like I can't count the number of times that like I was like, damn, I want to do this, but I'm scared, and then someone else ended up doing it and it worked out for them. I'm like, fuck, like I really should have just did what I said I was gonna do. So with those, you can really apply that to any art medium that you're invested in or wanting to get into, and just like not putting like hella pressure on yourself, but you should at the same time. Like, I don't know, like you need to like a balance of that. But the other number one thing I would definitely say is like to not have yes men around you, because you can put some shit out that is fucking garbage, but your friends are like, oh my God, this is so dope. And then you go outside and then people hate it, and then you're confused, and now you think everyone's a hater. It's just like, no. You have friends that are just like, oh my God, everything you do is so great, but it's like they're not realistic.
Yeah.
So that's super important to have like solid people that are honest around you. But yeah, I would say that applies to anything too.
It definitely does. I like that too. I feel like people don't say that often.
It's like, I see it all the time. It's
like,
oh my God, no one told you?
Yeah.
You stepped outside like that?
So, yeah.
Like,
that's
not cool.
mean
like, that's not
itself.
a friend. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, it's crazy. It's really crazy. But as far as DJing, I'd probably say like, at least for me, if you can, because I know it's like not super accessible for everybody, but if you can branch out to other equipment, I recommend it. That was something I struggled with super hard in the beginning. Like, people wouldn't book me because I wasn't able to use whatever professional setup they had at a venue. And then like that also plays into like you not being taken seriously.
Yeah.
But again, I know not everyone has like access to stuff like that, but I've been at places where like I brought my own equipment and it just wouldn't align with what they had going on, so I was forced to use something else, and then like got over that. And that was my learning curve versus like kind of backing down, like, oh, I'm not gonna do this party then if I can't use my own shit. Like that's not what being a DJ is.
Yeah.
You need to take risks. Facts. You need to learn. Like heavy on, you need to learn to do other stuff and like not always be in your like comfort zone if you want to go far. If you want to just play for your friends, that's different. But if you actually like want to take this serious, like you need to show other people that you're taking this very seriously. But yeah, that'd be my little tidbit.
That's some good advice. No bullshit.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, thank you so much. This was great. I enjoyed learning about you and like more DJ stuff because I feel like we don't get a lot.
We got a lot of DJs in this bitch.
Yeah.
Really? Well, there's plenty now.
Yeah.
So hope to see more DJs
For sure.
in here getting interviewed and questioned. And it's crazy too. There's like so many different perspectives. Like you can really like go on and on about all kinds of DJ stuff because it's a forever evolving thing, as you can see.
Literally.
Already. It changed within a year, honestly.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, for sure.
Thank y'all for having me.
Of course.
I love your little like advice about like keep learning. Like it's so important. I love that.
Honestly, like I don't know. I feel like there's this wave of like I don't know the word, but like people are like confident, but like in the wrong way. And I'm just like, no, you need to be like
It's
not
like a
necessarily just like
cockiness.
humble, but it's just like you need to just be realistic. Like, yes, you're great, and like this one thing you did was awesome, but like don't use that and then just like sit on it and like not be a self-starter and like trying to do the next big thing or just like work on something else. I don't know, people get like kind of gassed over like little stuff.
Yeah, it's like kind of keep it pushing in a
Like don't
way.
let that get to your head. Like literally, like my first year DJing, I DJ'd at Art Basel. Like I'll never just be like, oh yeah, I was here and then I did this for Converse and I did this for who, and it's just like no one. First of all, no one cares. That's what it is. Like you're gassed, but like no one cares. So like I just want people to keep that in mind to like be humble.
That's important as fuck too.
Honestly,
Very much.
because that's not gonna get you far.
And it's just like bragging at that point. Like what? That's not you. You know.
It's not, and it's not cute. It's not a good look.
Yeah.
I just want people to be honest with themselves.
100%.
Be honest.
Be realistic.
Be realistic. That's really what.
That really
Be
is what
fucking
it is.
for
Be
real.
realistic. It'll get you so much farther than like being arrogant about shit. That was the word I was trying to think of.
Arrogant.
Ooh, that rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah.
Nah, me too. For real.
Well, what a great way to end this.
For
Seriously.
Tag your socials and like Glo Radio, all that.
Yes. So my main is at Baby Indiglo, and then Glo Radio. I don't even know if there's where the underscore is, but it's tagged in my main along with Silk, which is awesome. You should follow up with that. If you haven't gone, you should go. It's definitely different from when it started, but it's still a vibe.
Oh yeah.
Still a vibe.
All right.
Thanks.
Dope.
Well,
You're
thank you
welcome.
so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you. Look forward to seeing new stuff from you.
For real.
For sure.
Excited.
I'm excited for the
Yeah.
little quarterly.
The quarterly plan. The quarterly plan.
I hope it works out. I
Yes,
mean, it
sir.
should.
It
but
will.
It will.
It'll be dope. It'll
I'm
be dope.
hoping.
What
It
you
will.
mean? It will.
It's a good refresher.
Yeah.
I feel like that everyone should be looking forward to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you again. This was great. We'll see you guys next week. Pink World. Thank you guys so much for watching. Love ya.
Bye.